So what's up, guys? This is Sawyer today with All Outdoors, and today we're going to be talking about what do you need to go saltwater fishing. Mostly I have soft plastics, and then I have a couple of hard baits, but I've just narrowed it down to stuff in this tackle box and some soft plastics. You can see there are tons of them too. So the first thing you're going to need to go saltwater fishing is a rod. I have two rods here. One's a spinning and one's a bait caster setup. If you're just getting into saltwater fishing, I would recommend a pin bow 2 reel because they're saltwater reels, and then just any kind of rod, a medium fast action rod or medium heavy fast action rod. But right here I've got a Cashin, and I have it paired up with some Yozuri 30-pound line. And then my bait caster setup is a Lew's Speed Spool Tournament Series reel that has 40-pound braid. And I have it paired up with a Cashin rod. And that's another good rod for inshore, the Lew's Tournament Series rod. But into the lures. The main lures that you would want, the color, is probably some white looking lures or some chartreuse lures, or just any swim bait. The Gulp power bait right here, these minnows, these are really good. The is a swim bait tail, and I would pair this up probably with a little jig head right here, or maybe weightless. The weightless, I mean, it's for a spinning rod I'd do weightless, but for a bait caster I'd probably put this, a jig head. This is a really old jig head, but all you do, stick it in there, put it all the way out to the back, right there, and that's a good setup. But if you don't have any jig heads and you have just a spinning rod, the spinning rods would work good with this Yozuri offshore no, it's not a Yozuri, it's an offshore angler saltwater grade aluminum hook. And that's what you would do right there. They're really good hooks, and this bait is really heavy. The heavier the bait is, you don't really need a jig head for the heavier baits, but that's something that I like to do. Next up is just Zoom flukes. These are the regular flukes. These are the super flukes. The super flukes, what I'd do with the super flukes is probably bite off the head, and then the super flukes that have that kind of head on it, I'd probably get me a pair of scissors right here. Just go ahead and sniff off the head right there to where it's about right there, to where you have this little piece right here. But then take your jig head right here. That one's bent. Take your jig head, take it, put it in the head, put it all the way to the end, and stick it in the head right there. And then you just twitch it, and it goes, and it looks like a diving bait fish in the inshore. Maybe tomorrow I'll have a what you need for surf fishing at the beach, because maybe this weekend we're gonna go to the beach, and I'll be showing you some fishing videos then. But you do the same thing with these, bite off the head. But next I have the Charlie's Saltwater Edition Squid, and these really smell like saltwater squid. They're kind of like a little just worm kind of looking thing, but they're saltwater scented. So next is these Berkeley power baits. These are really good. I've caught so many fish on these at the beach for inshore and stuff. They're weighted in the inside. Yeah, they're weighted on the inside, and they're white. White really stands out in salt water, and that's why I like to choose white for all my baits, because the white really stands out to them bass. I mean, the flounder, redfish. And the next is just like smaller swim baits. The smaller swim baits, I'm not going to open any of these up because that'd be wasteful. The smaller swim baits, I would definitely pair up with a jig head. For a bait caster, I'd pair it up with a really heavy jig head just because the jig head that I would prefer, that's what I use right there. The Charlie's worm with a jig head right there. But next, on to the hard baits. I'm gonna work with this company right here. They make the hard shrimp. They 3D print these shrimp. They're really good shrimp. They are hard baits, and you have 2 points to tie on your line right there. But if you tie it right here, you can put the jig right there. If you tie it on right here, you can flip out the thing and put it right there. But I prefer to put it right here and just jig it regularly. And here's just a regular shrimp with a weighted jig head. And the next hard bait that I like to do in the little coves on inshore. This is not good for the surf or nothing like that. All of those soft plastics that I showed you, those are probably will work in surf, but this is mostly an inshore video. At the beach, maybe on Saturday, I'll show y'all surf fishing in inshore, but spooks. The head and spooks, these are really good for the inshore, or way out in the ocean. Next is probably going to be a bucktail. I made this bucktail. This bucktail I bought, it was about, bucktails are about $12 to $15 a piece. Next lure is a spoon. Spoons are really good lures. Here's another spoon. And then here, right here is a really big swim bait for a really big red drum or black drum. This is a really good inshore bait because it's red and white, and it has that kind of really thin tail, you can see. And then you can just paddle it side to side. Really good bait. And another thing, if you're going to do inshore, I would recommend corks. Corks paired up with this up here, it makes the shrimp look realistic, and it doesn't let it go all the way down to the bottom. You can just pop it at one spot. And the weighted corks, or the deadly popper corks, those work really good. But also, you can look up on the internet those are really good baits. So, thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye.